Hi guys, welcome to the Balance It podcast, episode number 1.
Yay.
My name is Enbal.
My name is Nofar.
And today we're going to be talking about holiday eating.
Oh,
yeah.
I love this season.
I love this season, but I'm also scared from this season.
Every year. It's terrifying.
It's terrifying. I feel like I don't want to be thrown off balance completely, but at the same time, I want to have fun, you know?
Yeah.
I want to be able
and
to
food
eat.
is fun. Let's face it, okay? We love the food. We love the food. We love to eat.
Yeah, we love to eat. That's definitely one thing about the both of us is that we love food. We love carbs. we love sugar.
Carbs.
We love everything this holiday season represents, pretty much. And at the same time, we still want to be fit and healthy and feel good about our bodies.
Right. And I just want to mention that I really like the decoration that you did here. For the holiday.
Oh, yep.
I feel you got the spirit on our table, and I like it.
I feel like every year I wait for like September to buy pumpkins.
Oh
already.
my gosh, you love pumpkins so bad. Okay, so you remember at the first year that I met you, it was around this season, right?
Yeah.
And I just remember you buying pumpkin and just walking with it everywhere. To the mall, to the grocery store, holding your pumpkin like it's your baby. You're like, look at my pumpkin, Nuffy, look at my pumpkin.
Yeah, I feel like pumpkins are just so cute to me in a way that I cannot explain why I like pumpkins so much, but I feel like I have a relationship with pumpkins and I wait all year just to get a pumpkin. So
I feel like a lot of people gonna agree with you.
I feel like you're right, because you see pumpkin spice everywhere, and Starbucks has all these new drinks that are like 400 calories for a grande, and all these things just surrounding about pumpkins and spice. And it's just
confession. Last year at Trader Joe's, I bought like 10 pumpkin spread so I can have it for a whole day here.
Really?
I swear to God.
That's the thing about me. I don't like pumpkins so much to eat.
I just either about myself, just last year I found out.
Yeah, it's true. Well, I don't think we grew up having a lot of pumpkins around us.
That's right.
So
that's right. I agree with that. And
I feel like we just are now finding out what pumpkin really is and how awesome it is. So definitely,
it is awesome. It is awesome.
It is awesome. And there's a lot of other things there throughout this holiday season that are very exciting. Like, I know many people are waiting for just having dinner with their families.
Right.
And eating the yams and the turkeys and all of the good food that they have throughout this year or this time of year. And you just wait and wait and wait. So when you get to dinner, you're overwhelmed with everything on the table, right?
That's right. Because, normally you get to this dinner and those are dishes that you not doing during the year, okay? Yeah. And they're so special to you that you just want more and more and more. And then you feel like, I had too much.
Yeah, definitely. So that's why we're here today. And I wanted...
Oh, that's why we're here today?
Exactly, that's why we're here today. We're here to talk about how we get through these times and what we do. Mm-hmm. And hopefully you guys that are listening can kind of take some of these tips and tricks and find comfort in them, that you're not alone. A lot of people go through this during this time, and you just kind of have to stay focused and know what you're doing in order to not get overwhelmed.
Right, I agree with that.
So the first thing that we wanted to talk about today is eating throughout the day. I feel like that's
the most important one.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like you kind of think about it backwards sometimes, where you're saying, okay, I'm not going to eat because I know I'm going to eat so much during the dinner.
And you count the calories. So you're like, I'm going to save it to dinner.
Yeah, I'll save it for dinner.
All in once.
Exactly.
That's what I'm going to do, but it's so wrong.
It's very wrong, because what actually happens is the other way around, right? You kind of get to dinner so hungry that you're overeating and you're just stuffing your face with anything that comes to hand.
Definitely. And you're not stopping, which that's the worst, because you want to eat more and more and more. You're so hungry, and then you just Anyway, anyhow, I think you should know that in this dinner, you're gonna eat much more than you should.
Yes.
And you're not gaining weight in one dinner that you ate too much.
Yeah.
So just relax, let it go to this feeling that if I'm gonna eat too much, I'm gonna eat all the way that I work. No, it's not gonna happen in once. It's okay.
Yeah.
Get up in the next morning and just work out to burn everything that you ate, all the leftovers that you shouldn't eat. And that's it, and you're gonna be okay.
Yeah, I feel like definitely if you know you're heading for a big dinner that night, eat your breakfast, eat your lunch, even have a small snack right before you're going to dinner. Because realistically, you're not showing up at dinner at 6 p.m., for example, right? And the food is already on the table waiting for you to eat.
Never. Oh my gosh.
You have another like an hour of mingling and talking to people, and you're talking to people, all you can think about is food. If you have a little snack before that, by the time you get to the actual eating, you're hungry, but you're not starving and restless and just waiting to stuff your face with everything on the table.
Right, I agree. And also when you do that, you get drunk so fast. And then you get to be the embarrassed guy this evening.
Yeah.
Or girl, you know?
Definitely. Yeah, I agree. So the second thing that we kind of thought about when we were going over information for this episode is what your goal should be during this time. I feel like your goal should definitely be to maintain your weight.
I agree.
It's not.
You have to be realistic.
You have to be realistic, exactly.
Right.
You don't set up yourself for failure. Be realistic. Know that okay, even maintaining is gonna be very difficult.
Definitely.
So keep that as your goal. Tell yourself, hey, I don't want to gain weight. I just want to stay where I'm at. So that way, after this whole period is done, I'm not feeling discouraged to keep on going.
Right.
I feel like that's really important, is just to stay focused and put that as your goal, to just maintain and not set yourself up for failure, pretty much.
I agree. I mean, this is not the season to be in diet. No, it's not gonna work. Don't do it to yourself. Just don't do it to yourself.
Yeah.
Be realistic. Tell yourself, all this year I was working so hard to balance it with everything and work out so hard. And it doesn't matter if you work out 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, even 2 days. Whatever you do for yourself, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And just in this time of year, try to enjoy as much as you can with maintaining it. I mean, you can eat and get up and go to work out again and then eat again, and it's fine as long as you feel that you balance between those two.
Exactly.
I think it's not getting you to a point when you feel like, oh my gosh, I ruined everything that I work for.
And I feel like that's something that a lot of us do. Like, I know this happens a lot when you're traveling or on holiday seasons, or even if you're just taking a little bit of a break. Don't set yourself up for failure. Just keep yourself focused. Know that your goal is going to maintain what you have.
Right.
And that way you don't lose control, because then you go into this spiral, and after that it's so much harder to get out of it, right? You're kind of just in this spiral where I already ruined everything. Like, I gained, I don't know, 5-6 pounds, whatever you did, right? And then you're like, so it's not even worth it for me to keep on going. And
that's the worst.
That's the worst place you want to be, because you just want to stay focused as much as you can.
Right. And I feel like even if you go for a vacation and you're not in your home space, you know, like, which giving you the option to do your daily routine of going to the gym or whatever you used to do, after these 2 years of the corona, I feel like you can find so much videos on YouTube that you can actually work out without any equipment, just with yourself at home, in some space, in the backyard, in the front yard, just in the living room. You know, sometimes I'm just taking the couch a little bit to the right so I can have space, and you can just do it. It's not that difficult today.
I feel like that's a really good point, especially if we're moving forward to our third tip here, is don't give up on your workouts.
Definitely.
I know for me and you, definitely it helps us stay focused, and just it really helps us be happy and kind of relaxed.
Right.
So there's so much information out there for you to enjoy and do the workouts. And even if you're at a family's home, maybe they don't have a gym, maybe you don't have access to any equipment.
It makes sense.
It makes sense, yeah, but you don't need it. You can put on a 30-minute
exactly the point.
yoga video. You can put on a 30-minute full body workout with
even
no
heat,
weight.
You know, even a heat video, which is like taking you to the edge, but like I feel that I did so many during the corona at home without any equipment.
Yeah, you did a lot.
And it's like today that I'm going to the gym, I don't really find any difference in the workout.
I think it's really just about being aware of yourself. If you want to work out, there are ways to do it no matter what the circumstances are. Right?
No excuses.
There's no excuses, only the ones that you kind of tell yourself. And it's the easiest way is to be like, oh, I'm on vacation, or I don't have my equipment, or it's not the gym that I'm used to. But that doesn't matter, because if your goal is to maintain and you feel like doing that extra 30 minutes workout is what's going to help you get to that goal, you should just get up and do it.
Definitely. Even go out for a walk.
Go out for a walk. Maybe I thought about like
those who's not living in the places when it's too snowy. Yeah,
exactly. Those
for a second I forgot that we're in California and it's not like the rest of the world.
It's so snobbish, like walk outside in December, right? But
sorry guys.
Maybe convince someone to do it with you is a perfect way to keep yourself motivated. Like I know sometimes if you have a cousin that's your age or younger or older that wants to work out, you can always have them join you.
Right.
You can take your grandma on a walk. It's not going to be the most active ever, but still do that and then do a 15-minute core workout in the backyard. It's better than nothing.
Definitely.
Anything is better than nothing, and I think that's a really important thing to stay focused on is just do something. It's going to make you feel better.
It's alright. I feel like most of the people, I don't know if most of the people, but the way I grew up is that we're going for vacations and we never do like sport or anything, which is fine if you really like see the outside and the city and you're walking all day long. But I think that you really need this habit that when you're going out of your daily routine, just keep the working out with you. Wherever you go, it's not that hard, just do it. 30 minutes, 40 minutes, like you say, it doesn't have to be the whole hour. Depends what you're choosing to do, and you can definitely like achieve the goal that you want and then get to dinner again, not feeling like, oh my gosh, yesterday I ate too much and now I haven't worked out.
Like I know I beat myself up on these things all the time where it's like I ate and then I haven't worked out in 3 days, like, oh my god, everything is falling apart.
Exactly.
And that's not the case.
And then you look in the mirror and you feel much more fat than you are, and it's like...
It's water weight. Just tell yourself it's water weight. Okay, so if we focus on just the dinner for a second, right? This is the important part.
Okay, let's get to business.
Yeah, get down to business. You're at dinner, you're hungry, you're enjoying the food. I feel like something that's super important to be cautious of is your seconds. And I know I do this all the time. I go in for a second and a third and a fourth, and I just keep on going. And sometimes it's really just hard to stop myself. So
yeah, you're right.
It takes time for your brain to understand that it's full, right?
About 20 minutes?
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what I think also is 20 minutes. So sometimes you just need to relax for 20 minutes, right? Have a drink. Ask some people around the table, like realistically, you haven't seen them in a while. Ask them how they're doing.
Right.
Enjoy the conversation.
I mean, yeah, your mouth can work in different ways.
Your mouth can definitely work in different ways.
Yeah, you can drink a little more, or even if it's not alcohol, just chatting, you know.
Having a good time, and then let your body rest before you're going into those seconds. And then you can actually just pick and choose what is worth it and what isn't worth it. Sometimes when you're eating so fast, you're not thinking about what you're putting in, and then you eat something and you're like, was that even that good?
Definitely.
Was it that good? I don't know.
I feel like that's my biggest problem, you know? Yeah. That I'm just eating and eating and eating, and like my goal is to finish everything on the plate.
Yeah.
And it's just the hardest thing for me to change it and tell to myself, wait, that wasn't that good. I shouldn't keep eating that.
Yeah.
And that's that's the main thing that I'm working with myself every day, and I feel like at those holidays, it's even like
it's even more
you
because
need to
there's
do
so much, right?
Just try a little more.
Yeah. So I think definitely waiting before you head out to the buffet, or if it's on the table, or just wait a little bit before you put yourself another portion, right? It's gonna help you realize, do I really need it right now? Am I even still hungry? If you're not hungry, don't eat it. Like, you're gonna have dessert after. There might be another dinner tomorrow or the next day. You don't know. So
Right.
if you're not hungry and you don't really want it, just give up on it for this time.
I agree. And if not the next morning, the next year.
Yeah.
Nothing that's gonna happen. I mean, though this is gonna be back.
Yeah. I'm sure your first portion was plenty. And even if you want to taste a little bit of more something else, that's fine. But just make sure you're not overdoing it. I feel this is the point, is just don't overdo it, because then you feel guilty afterwards.
Yeah.
Sometimes not even the next day. Sometimes like the next hour. You're sitting on the sofa and you're opening up your jeans buttons and you're so full. You're like, why did I eat so much? Like, I know me and you get to that point all the time, where we're like, what just happened? Did I black out and eat the whole room? Like,
I don't know. All I heard is jeans after those dinner. You're so brave to go with jeans. I gave up on those like years ago. Only dress.
Only dress. Okay, guys, scratch everything. Just eat whatever you want and wear a dress.
Exactly.
Another thing that I feel like me and you do quite often is drink a lot.
Oh, yeah. Well, I wouldn't say a lot.
We just like having a good time, right?
When it's come to those holidays, then yes.
Yes, definitely. So we're not saying don't drink. That's not gonna be us. That's not this type of podcast.
No.
But
just balance it.
Yeah. Definitely be mindful of what alcohol you're putting in. Like, I know people drink eggnog, things with Irish cream in them.
Yummy. You know people. Come on. I'm right here.
I know. Yeah, definitely. We've done that. We've had that Irish cream stage here, but it's just too many calories. You want to be eating your calories, not drinking your calories. And
again, you know what, even that, maybe you do want to drink your calories, but just balance it. Then don't take another piece of pie or another pasta or another chicken. Just tell yourself, I prefer to drink Irish cream, which is totally fine if that's what you like. We're not going to judge you, but find the way to balance it for yourself. What's right for yourself.
Exactly, yeah. But I think that if you are listening to this and you are thinking to yourself, okay, what are some alternatives to things that I can drink that are going to be fun, give me that buzz, but I don't want to be drinking those fattening cocktails? I think white wine is a great option.
Right.
If you want to drink some vodka with cucumbers and lime, if you want to do a gin and tonic, those are things, they're still alcohol. They're still going to do what they need to do, but
and
on
Bloody
the
Mary too.
Bloody Mary, yep. And those are just going to keep your calorie count on the lower side. This is not a diet, okay?
No, this is not a diet. We're not here to lose weight. It's not going to happen in those conditions.
Yeah,
right?
But if you want to be mindful of your alcohol, those are some things that you can definitely drink and maybe feel a little bit less guilty. And then you can also just, kind of migrate between the two, or keep yourself to a limit. Tell yourself, hey, I'm only going to have 2 drinks tonight, and just stay at that. There's no reason for you to get drunk on the table with your grandma. Right?
No, yeah, that's exactly what I thought. I mean, anyway, when I'm with my family, I'm not drinking, those heavy drinks, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but what if you're having, if you don't have the opportunity to travel to your family and you're just staying with friends, it's going to be a lot easier to go overboard on the alcohol. And I feel like maybe just be mindful of it and tell yourself, hey, okay, let me drink this and not that, or kind of balance the two. Okay, I'm going to do 1 shot of this, 1 cocktail like this, and then I'll keep wine for the rest of the night.
That's actually a good idea. That's actually a really good drinking menu. What you just mentioned.
Look at us, 2 alcoholics talking about how much we're drinking. Oh my god.
No, that's exactly the point, that we don't drinking that much, and this is why when we getting to those dinners, when suddenly alcohol it's so relevant, we just losing it. Like we
and
drinking too
alcohol
much
has a lot
we
of
don't
effects
know.
on your body too, not just the amount of calories that are in the actual alcohol, but when you're drinking a lot and you get really drunk, you're overeating for sure. Like you get so much hungrier, you are kind of lose focus, you want to eat more when you're drunk. So if you're telling yourself, hey, this year I'm going to try and maintain my weight, then maybe cut off on that and limit yourself a little bit.
Right. I agree with that. Balance it in a way that it's like for you.
Yep, definitely. Okay.
What next?
I feel like the most important thing is just being aware of yourself.
I agree.
It's just knowing and not being too hard on yourself. Know that, you know what, even if you gained a few pounds, it's not a big deal. Life is about having fun and enjoying the ride. It's not about being the skinniest you ever were 24/7. That's not the point.
Right.
It's enjoying time with people that you love and care about versus, okay, let me be this crazy fitness person. Like we're not that. We're not crazy fitness persons. I can guarantee you that every fitness girl on Instagram has days where she feels fat and she feels discouraged and she feels like she doesn't want to get out of bed because whatever pants, they don't fit her like they used to. So just be nice to yourself. I think that's a really good thing to do, and just important to be mindful of is don't be too hard on yourself.
Which is the hardest, it's the easiest to be hard on ourselves.
It's the easiest.
But if you decided to enjoy, just enjoy it and keep on proportion on your head. You know what I mean? Like, again, one night, even if you got drunk, even if you ate 2 pieces of pie and got drunk the same evening, it's okay. The next day, you're not gonna wake up and say, I ruined everything that I work on. No, I mean, sometimes to be in a routine too long, it's like you don't have motivation anymore.
Exactly.
And those days, the holiday season, when you just let yourself enjoy and go out of the routine, those are the days that in the end of the day, at January 2nd, you're gonna wake up and you're gonna have super motivation to go back exactly where you at, and then you even getting yourself to better point that you had before.
Yeah. Use this time as a time to just enjoy yourself. Right?
Exactly.
Enjoy time with your family. I know that even last year, a lot of people didn't go back to their families or didn't have the chance to travel last year because we were still in the pandemic, right? So if you're traveling out of the country or out of your hometown or you're going wherever, just focus on what matters and spending time with your family and friends during this time and just having fun.
Right.
But at the same time, if you are nervous about this time and you're like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I don't want to lose everything I worked for. Just tell yourself, you don't lose everything in a month. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't happen that fast. And, sometimes when you're bloated like that or you gain weight a little bit fast, you kind of lose it fast. So just stay on track and get back to normal once you're back home.
Exactly. I feel that's the most important thing, to talk to yourself and tell yourself those. Because to be honest with you, I have an aunt, and in the last, I think, 3 years, she's not coming to the holidays anymore because she's so afraid to gain weight.
Yeah.
She lost like 30 pounds, I think, even more, and she's like, she don't know how to balance it, and she losing a lot of time with family. And I hearing my mom talking with her like on phone and telling her, please just come, just sit with us, just be with us. But she's so afraid that if she's gonna come, there is no way that she's not gonna eat, and we just don't see her anymore.
That's so sad. I feel like someone like that though, if you're that nervous, just offer to host dinner for yourself. Okay, invite everyone over to your house. You control the menu, and then you can kind of balance the menu, right? And say, okay, I'm gonna have the beef and the chicken and all of that, but I'm also gonna have a fish option that's gonna be less calories for people who want it. Or let me have 2 salads with mayonnaise in them and one that's just gonna be lemon and olive oil.
Yeah, bring your own dish, you know.
Bring your own dish. Like, don't give up on time with your family, because that's what's really important here. But don't also give up on yourself. If it's that important, you're right in the middle of the process. Do what you have to do, and I'm sure the people around you, at the end of the day, they will understand, and hopefully they're not going to be too harsh on you for doing that.
That's for sure. I mean, and if they do, so just tell them. I mean, own your story. It's something that I'm working about right now with myself. And if you right now in a moment that, or in a period of time that you really want to control what you're eating, don't be ashamed to talk to your family when they tell you, oh my gosh, you have to try that. Oh, it's I got it so good this year. Believe me. So just don't be afraid to look at her or him and just say, you know what, this year I think I'm gonna pass.
Yeah.
Because I'm in a progress and I don't want to ruin it. And I believe that maybe they will tell you, come on, it's just this night. But when you're gonna tell them in the second time, I really like. It's really better for me to not touch it this year.
Just tell them I've had enough.
I'm full.
I'm good with what I have. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Everything else was amazing. Everything I tried was amazing. Like, kind of get them, encourage them, tell them how amazing they did and how good the dinner was. But don't give up on yourself. I think that's really, really important, where you're just, if you don't want it, don't eat it.
Exactly.
Because those are exactly the situations where you wake up the next day and you're like, oh my God, why did I do that? Like, why did I let them shove that yams down my throat? Like, I did not need that in my life.
I mean, I don't think I'm gonna say it on yams, but maybe the pie can be a problem.
The pie can be a problem, but you know I'm always asking for another piece of pie.
I
So.
know. But then, like, again, you balance it with different stuff.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
Put the salads first, right? I like to do that, where I put the salads first on the plate, and then I'm like, okay, after that, I'll go into the heavier things.
Yeah.
You know?
You know me. I love the salads.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. For you guys don't know this, but Nofar is vegetarian, so she does not eat meat.
I'm celebrating 14 years. Half of my life, exactly this year. Isn't that insane?
That's insane. Like, you know me, I love meat.
Yeah, I love meat too.
I know. I always even forget that you're vegetarian sometimes.
I know, like, people like you, vegetarian?
Yeah,
no
it just
way.
doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense, but...
My father's still asking me, by the way, like, what, you're not gonna eat these? Do you want some? Do you want some from the burger? From the ribeye?
You know what? I can understand that, because if I had to tell my dad that I'm vegetarian...
What's wrong with you?
Literally, what's wrong with you? Did you hit your head? Are you okay? What does this mean about life? You know, like, it's so... Eating meat in my family is such a big deal. It's insane. Like, you know, so...
No, I totally get it. Especially at the holiday time, you know, with the turkey. I mean, everyone look at me like, so why are you here?
Why are you here? Exactly. What are you doing here, remind me?
So what are you waiting for all this here if you don't even eat the turkey? Like, and then I find myself still eating it a lot. So...
Yeah. It doesn't matter. You can overeat if you're vegetarian. You can overeat if you're vegan. You can overeat if
sometimes even more, because you look like to something that makes you feel full, and sometimes meat doing it much easier.
Yeah, definitely. You get more full on meat than you do on a whole bunch of salads.
Exactly.
You kind of need like bread or something to kind of give that extra push, right?
You know how much I love bread.
Every waiter in San Diego knows how much you love bread.
Can I take these? No, keep it here.
Yeah. Nofar is always kind of wrestling with the waiter if he wants to take the free bread out of the table. Like, there's no way. The bread's not going anywhere, sir.
It's not going anywhere, and if you want, you can just bring more. Be more than welcome.
So I think this kind of wraps up our first episode. We really hope that you enjoyed what you're hearing, and if you do, Check us out on Instagram. It's Balance
Yes.
It Podcast. You can also find all of our other social media links in the description. You can also see a video version of this podcast on
Right.
YouTube, so you can find us on there as well. And if you guys have any suggestions or anything that you want us to talk about, feel free to go to our website. It's going to be balanceitpodcast.com. And over there, you can submit questions or just general topics that you want us to discuss.
Right, and I think you should mention that the tips that we were just talking about, you can find it in our website too.
Yeah, that's true. All of our tips and everything we talk about is going to be kind of listed in more, it's going to be more brief, but you can kind of go through it and just read it for yourself and kind of give you a little bit of a reminder. So thank you guys so much for listening to us today.
Thank you.
And we hope you join us on the next one.
Definitely. We're definitely going to be here. ייי!
זה היה טוב.
זה היה ממש טוב, אחותי, זה היה ממש כיף. ויצא לנו 31 דקות.